A warm welcome to the Media Roundtable. My name is Canary Mugume. Now, this morning we sit down with Andrew Natmanya, better known as Tabz, the photojournalist, investigative journalist whose camera and X account have put him at the center of national attention, closely associated with opposition leader Robert Kyagulanyi, also known as Bobi Wine, and the National Unity Platform. Tabz has built a reputation for documenting key political moments and sharing exclusive, often sensitive information on his widely followed X platform. Now, just days ago, on the 17th of June, he was reportedly abducted from Kamocha by armed operatives in a Toyota Hiace van and type, commonly known or referred to as a drone. He spent approximately 5 days in detention before being dropped at the Central Police Station, CPS in Kampala, where he faced charges of unauthorized disclosure of official information. He was later released on police bond. He has since spoken emotionally about the experience in an interview. Now, in this candid one-on-one conversation, we explore his abduction. We also go deep into what happened exactly during his detention, the information he shares, his long-standing relationship with Bobi Wine and the National Unity Platform, the personal cost of his work, and what keeps him going. This is a one-on-one with Tabz. Tabz, good to have you on the Media Roundtable.
Thank you. Good to finally get to the media park. How are you doing, Canary?
Good, how are you?
Are you asking to know how I am, Canary, or you're asking to be sure if your friends didn't torture me best? What are you asking to know?
I'm not sure about my friends, but what I'm asking is...
The friends that were at your wedding, Canary.
Physically, emotionally, how are you doing?
I'll be well.
17th of June goes down in your own history as an individual when you were abducted from Kamocha. What happened on that day? Can you walk us through?
Well, on the flyer for this show, I did not see what time the show is ending. Can we confirm that the show is ending at 9 a.m.? 9 a.m.
Yes.
So we are running from now up to 9 and you're not cutting this show off.
Tabz, can you walk us through what happened on the
Are you
video?
going to cut the show off, Canary, or not?
I think that is at the disclosure of the producer and editor of the show.
Of the producer? Okay. We shall get going now.
On the same banner, we also talked about...
I hope it runs until 9 a.m. My name is Tawandama. Should
Tabz,
I repeat that?
What happened on the 17th of June?
I'll quickly take you through what led to the 17th of June. Are you interested or you're not?
That's why you're here.
Now, as a journalist, Canary, you have sources. Some of them are classified, I believe. Maybe I'm doing my journalism differently. There is a certain old friend of mine that I started talking to again around mid last year. And he was a good source of information. I will not disclose his names for now. But at a certain point, Canary, I'll go beyond what I should be doing, and I will tell you why I will tell you his names. Why are you scared, Canary? Why are you looking at me like you're scared?
Tabz, you don't seem like...
I am not here to scare you. I'm here to speak the truth to you, Canary.
You're here to narrate your audio.
Well, this is a gentleman that was giving me information, and I'm telling you why he was a bit successful with his trap. Because it's not easy to get to Tabz. Was it easy to get to me for you? So this is a gentleman that I started talking to, and he was a very good source of information from around mid last year. But he's an old friend who, and our communication started again around mid last year. He's in government, to be specific, in the forces, or in a certain agency that works in line with the forces. So this gentleman had been giving me classified information, good classified information. Upon verification, some is right, some is not. But he was a good source. So this time round, he suggests to me that we're going to meet, and he gives me some videos, and he suggested that we do lunch. And I was okay with it because he's a gentleman from Shema, where I come from. And he had been good, a good guy. So he suggested that we meet somewhere in Kololo at a certain restaurant. And I declined. I told him, in the real sense of it, in my own words, nze eky'emisana kyange nkiriira mu ghetto. I do not know if that makes sense to you, Canary. But he agreed. We agreed to meet. So I told him, you come to Kamocha. And when you come to Kamocha, we shall have a conversation and we shall share whatever you want us to share. One, because I had grown, over time, I had grown confidence in this guy. And he was a good source. And we go past, sometimes we go beyond protecting our lives to get the information that the population actually needs. So I go to meet this guy on that same day in Kamocha. He called me and told me he was at Ruby's fuel station. So I jumped on a border from my residence and I went and met him at Ruby's fuel station. And then I tell him, no, look here, this is a fuel station. We can't have a meeting here or lunch, as you had suggested, but take a border and follow me. And we shall have lunch from down where I always have lunch from. It was okay. It was fine. And he took a border, came to the next to the National Unity Platform School of Leadership, which I think he should enroll in if they license it again. There's a washing bay right next to the school. So that's where we were at. That's where we sat. That's why I suggested we sit. Because there I feel safest. When I'm in Kamocha, I feel home. So we sat and we started having a conversation. But he had suggested that I should come with my computer, which I could not do because he was saying he needs to transfer some videos to me. So I told him I've come with an external disk drive and my phone, and we can transfer the videos to my phone or my external disk drive. So he said, let me first show you the videos and you see if you're interested. So as we looked at the videos, our attention was drawn to the phones, to his phone. But earlier I had given my phone to a friend of mine, Malay, to charge it so that I have enough charge. Also to be safe, because I need to first trust you to be able to have my phone with me while I'm with you. Of course, I don't have my phone with me here. I have a copy of that because I don't trust you, can I? So all of a sudden, we are looking at the phones, at his phone, and then a formation of about 6 guys is advancing towards me at the car wash. We had sat there for about 10, 20 minutes.
Information that he alleged he wanted to give to you.
Yes, some of it, because we were midway looking at the information, at the videos of a certain meeting of certain high-profile people. So these gentlemen are advancing towards me, and in my mind, we are at a car wash. These guys are moving fast. But earlier before that, there is a border, I will call him a border guy in an orange reflector jacket who had come, then tried to say hello to us, and then I ignored him. Turned out he was an operative also. And then these guys moved towards us, and then I tried to stand up and walk away. But nga ghetto bagamba nti bwonkuba oluyi nkuddiza ngumi Canary. These guys tried to grab me. And of course, like the ghetto boy I am, it was not easy for them to put their hands on me. But guess what, Canary, these guys were carrying guns, the guns that you see escorting the head of state here. The same kind of guns. I do not know much about those, but the same kind of guns. And these guys were coaching their guns and pointing their guns at whoever cared to react to whatever they were doing. Down in the ghetto, you can go to Kamocha a certain day and they will tell you their story.
At this point, what's going through your mind?
At this point, I cannot even remember what was going through my mind, because my instincts were telling me, find your way out and leave. Fight your way out and leave. Struggle your way out and leave. And that's why I said it was not easy for them to take me out of there, okay, to put me in their drone. Now, when these 6 guys in a V formation like this, because they were cordoning me off into their V, circling me, I tried to now fight the first guy, who was now advancing fast towards me. Of course, he got a bleeding nose. I'm sorry.
You're fighting with the guy with the gun?
Canary. We are fighting. Now, the top guy that we are fighting to remove from the top seat of this government is the chief, is the top holder of guns. What are you talking about? I know you're scared, Canary, but we are fighting people with guns, with submachine guns, with tankers.
All right, so you end up in a drone. How many were they?
There were quite a number, because at a certain point when the drone left, others joined. Canary, I know this might seem like a joke to you, but I've come with some of the footage that the cameras around were able to capture.
I'm able to take a look at that video.
Yes, real quick. Like I said, I don't trust you with my phone, but for now I'm watching you. Here. You see, when the drone comes in, maybe yeah, the footage shows you the drone driving into the car wash, and then tell the viewers what you see, what happens after the drone enters that place.
So I see people escaping out.
Running for their life. Canary.
Tabz, let's focus on the conversation. You asked me to describe what's in the video.
Running for their lives. Keep watching. And tell the viewers what you're seeing. You know that place, Canary. You've been to that place. I've seen some of your NBS cars getting washed.
All right, so what we're looking at here is a video that is of a camera supposedly stationed in one station, and then all of a sudden armed men come out wearing UPDF uniform, and then they're holding guns. Okay. At this point, you're nowhere to be seen. I can't see you.
I said I'm going to show you some of the footage, because I'm also trying to collect whoever tried to record what the CCTV captured, what the CCTV is around that place captured.
There are babies moving around, and
what does the police, what does the military guy do to the baby?
Pulls the baby away.
Drags the baby away.
And then the mother takes the baby away, and then the white drone comes in here, and at this point I can't see you. Just a few seconds until the end of the video.
Yeah, you can have the video and also play it on the TV for your viewers to see.
Okay, so here we can't see exactly where you are, but I see a white drone, Toyota Hiace here. Can't see its number plate, and people are looking.
You will not see a number plate that is not on the car.
There you go.
Thank you. So when these guys dragged me into the drone, first thing, they covered my face with a chest. The same chests that you see the military guys wearing, but they have those holes, provisions for eyes and nose. But they turn it to the back. So what is always at the back is now in your face. Yeah? Now, inside the drone, Canary, the first thing those guys do after covering your face is handcuff you to your back. I doubt if you have the size of our big brother Dombo, you'd be handcuffed to the back and you make it to the next destination alive.
And all this is happening to you inside the Toyota Hiace, the drone?
Still inside the car wash, while the other military officers are putting the other people on gunpoint. Like you don't have to even put up a fight. And then in the behind seat of the drone, there's where, when you sit, there's where you put your feet down. That's the space they fix you in. And they also tie your legs.
So
Canary,
now,
this is in Kamocha. Kamocha is a stone throw from here. So what happened to me is going to happen to you at a certain time. Did you talk about it when I was abducted? I will tell you the story.
So now you're thrown into this Toyota Hiace, and now,
yes.
and now what
they've
happens?
They've covered my face, they've tied me hands and legs, and then they are checking every point of my pockets. I always wear cargo pants. They have quite a number of pockets. They were checking any coin, anything. But mind you, I did not have my phone on me. It later turned out they needed my phone much more than they needed me in particular. Huh? Now, these guys, once we entered, we got into the drone, and they covered me, and then the drone sped off. They started asking me, where is your phone? I told them, Afande, I have no phone. At this point, they asked, where did you put your phone? Before I even gave them an answer, the other gentleman had come to meet. Mind you, he was also picked as they abducted me. When he got into the drone, they handed to him his pistol.
So you arrested together. As
yes.
soon as you all reached inside the drone,
he was given his gun, his
weapon.
And they started addressing him as a friend.
So at this point, he looks like he's the one commanding the forces?
Looks like.
I'm asking because I was not there.
Now you know the reason why I'm going to give you his names at a certain point. And he was my source, one of my sources. He told them, when they asked for my phone, he told them, ajirese kamocha mmoto kange charginga. For our viewers that only understand English, he has left his phone in one of the cars in Kamocha charging. Canary, at that point, like the Gen Zs say, I knew I was cooked. And then they were driving at breakneck speed, of course. I think after like 1 or 2 minutes, they stopped, and then I could hear other 2 or 3 guys get onto the drone. And then they drove. But they kept asking for my phone, pestering me for my phone. I told them I didn't have any phone. I told them, you check my Twitter. I have not tweeted for some time. I sold my phone. I have ordered for another phone. I'm waiting for another phone. The guy told them, the other gentleman told them, no, he left his phone in Kamocha charging. And they told me, Tabz, you think we can't go back? Canary, I'll make this very clear. The only time I was beaten after abduction was during arrest and when they were asking for my phone.
So all the 5 days in detention,
no one slapped me even once after that.
That begs the question, contrary to how other people have been arrested.
Canary, I told you I'm here to tell you the truth.
That begs the question, how come?
I didn't come here to tell you what you expect to hear, but the truth, right?
Tabz, you come out of detention with your hair on, contrary to what we see or other people who are arrested. You come out of detention on police bond, contrary to what happens to other people who are taken to court. You are charged and released. You say you're not beaten during detention. That is very suspicious.
Canary, was my police bond the first ever police bond to be given to anyone? Yes, no.
Tabz, that's very suspicious.
Yes, no. Canary Mugume.
That's very suspicious. Come on, Tabz, let's focus on the conversation. Let's put aside all the...
No. I want to make it very easy for you, Canary. The emotions... How do you expect me to put emotions aside, Canary, when I have gone through what I've gone through? Are you okay?
That's what I'm asking. That's very suspicious. In fact, many people online are saying that you could be working for the same people that could have abducted you.
So what if I'm working for them? So what if I'm not working for them? Canary, I'll give you 2 sides of the coin. You people have for a long time, including your former workers here, now you. Former workers, I'm talking about the likes of Sabiti Joseph, I'm talking about the likes of Paul Wanga, who fired me and then got fired. Wait,
they are not
I
here
am,
to
I am,
defend
I am, I am
themselves.
trying
We'll
to,
not
I am trying
focus
to.
on
Canary, keep
individuals.
quiet and I answer your question.
We are not
You
we
are
not
trying
going
to
to focus
drive
on
a narrative
individuals.
that I am working for the people that abducted me. Now let me
I'm
put it in
actually
your face,
asking
Canary.
questions everyone
Wait, whether
is
I am a
asking.
state agent or otherwise.
I'm actually asking
Wait,
questions everyone is
Canary,
asking.
relax. Whether I am a state agent or otherwise, then so be it. But on the first side of the coin, let's take an event that Tabz is a state agent. Can that first sink in? Let's take the event that Tabz is a state agent. Yes? This is a state agent, Canary, who wants to see Eddie Mutwe out of jail. Canary Mugume, this is a state agent. Tabz is a state agent, yes. But this is a state agent that wants to see Waiso out of jail because he has no case. Tabz is a state agent, yes. This is a state agent that wants to see good governance, Canary. Tabz is a state agent. Relax.
All these people
no, Canary, relax.
Tabz,
This is a state agent. We shall get there. This is a state agent that wants Dr. Besige out of jail because the guy is
all
frail.
these people you're mentioning
This is a
are
state
actually
agent.
people
Relax,
that
Canary.
are your colleagues
Yes.
and friends in the
The
National Unity
court-
Platform.
Besige is my friend from the National Unity Platform.
Listen, all
This
these-
is a
all
state
these,
agent, Canary Mugume. This is
why
a
is it
state
that when I
agent.
talk
Relax.
about state agent that it sparks a lot of emotion
Because
inside of
you, Canary Mugume, with your friends and other colleagues here at NBS, yes,
Why is
have
it that when I
always
mention state
look
agent, it sparks
here,
a lot of emotion inside
look
of you?
here, because you're trying to despise what I've gone through. You're trying to mock me, Canary. Because every other day you're waking up and coming here and sitting in AC. I am sitting in the trenches in the ghetto and trying to speak up for the people that have no voice. And Canary, you're here to despise what I went through.
I'm not
You,
despising
Canary,
what you went
now
through.
relax. I am the state
So let me
agent.
also
I
understand.
still want to tell you, Canary. I am the state agent. Yes, Canary. I am the fucking state agent. I am sorry for that word. I am the state agent. Yes, that does not want to see the Honorable Rukwago in the state he is in.
Who is responsible for your arrest?
I am still telling you I am the state agent.
You've stepped on
Look
so many
here,
toes.
I am the state agent that wants to drive on good roads. Canary, I am the state agent that wants to wake up, and I'm not worried whether your son Cairo is going to go to a good school and receive the quality education that he needs to receive. Canary, I am the state agent that wants to see Muzei Museveni leave power because he has overstayed his goodness. I am the state agent that wants to see the return of the rule of law.
Who do you
Canary,
think is
I am the state
responsible?
agent
Who do you
that
think is
wants
responsible
you
for your arrest?
journalists to speak the truth and not let stories die in the newsrooms because you've been given petty cash or you're fearing for your lives. Canary, I am the state agent that is fearless. Canary, I am the state agent whose name is Taba Andama.
Who's responsible?
Okay, let's look at
Who
the
do you
other.
think is
Let's look at
responsible
the
for your
other
arrest?
side of the coin, Canary. Whether I am a state agent or not. Let's look at the
You could
or
be
not.
disguising.
Or the or not. Whether I am okay. Now, what if I am not a state agent? I am still standing for the same. Canary, me and you know that when you buy a car, in 1 month you'll be in the garage to fix your shocks. Why? Because Canary, yet you even pay tax, don't you? Why? Because we have a rotten system. Canary, it is upon me and you in this age bracket of ours to fix our roads, to fix our country, to fix what we see wrong. Canary, at your age, how old are you, Canary? How old are you?
What does my age have to do with anything?
At your age, the General Mugisha Mount had been CDF for quite some time. This should show you that we are the people of our time, Canary. We are only living in bad times. You were asking?
I was asking, who do you think is responsible for your arrest? Because you have stepped on so many toes using your ex account, while all these days in detention.
On so many toes.
Listen,
Scratch
Tabz.
that.
Listen, Tabz. I'm
Scratch
asking
that,
a question.
Yes.
You've stepped on so many toes using your ex account with the sensitive information that you have released on so many people, many of whom are government officials, others even military officers. My question to you is, during all this time in detention, the 5 days from the 17th of June to when you are released on police bond, looking at even the charge sheet, who do you think is responsible for your arrest?
You even asked something that I had not given you answers about. My dreadlocks. They are so secondary to this. My dreadlocks have nothing to do with the illegal abduction of people. I went to jail. Did you want me to cut my own dreadlocks because they were not cut? And again, I'll tell you, my brother, for you, I will tell you this. Sometimes these people that arrest us want to drive that kind of narrative. The people that abduct us. They want to show, okay, now, Tabz. Because when they were releasing me, they told me, gendo baragenga ngabota inanjara. My nails are intact. You can show the camera, guys. They are intact. Huh? They told me, gendo baragem tutwakuje menjara. Because they knew for a fact I am a loud mouth. But now the loud mouth is dangerous when it is speaking the truth. To people with the power. Canary, now you say who is responsible for my abduction?
Yes.
Of course, there is people. You said some people in government whose toes have stepped or other or something like that.
Yes.
Say there are people in government from whom you've asked accountability from. Yes, and they don't take that in good faith. If I stand on TV here, Canary, and say that Anita Mong is a thief. You know the ingredients of theft? Yes? Every ingredient of a thief is in Anita Mong. Am I stepping on her toe? I am only speaking the truth.
Was a monk who is under house arrest responsible for your arrest?
No. I might say no because she did not surface anywhere in that. But the people who arrested me, physically, not on whoever orders they were working on. They showed up with masked faces. Others were having their faces clean, new faces that I've never seen.
All right.
And
Producer, give me those tweets and we take a look at them.
Just a moment before we go there. Who arrested me? There is the head of the army here. He came out. I saw some tweets. I think some of them, he deleted them, I'm told. But I saw some tweets. I saw a tweet where I said, we released the Tabz.
And those are the tweets I want my producer to bring up on screen.
You do not release what you don't have.
I said, we shall check if we have Tabz. That was the first tweet. First tweet was actually, who is Tabz?
If we.
And then later, the third tweet does look like it's confirming
the first was asking, who is Tabz?
Yes. So,
I am going to answer that also. Because
is the Chief of Defense Forces responsible for your arrest?
Give an answer.
But you also started with something quite interesting that you said. You said that the people who arrested you had guns that resemble those that protect the head of state. That's what I want to understand.
They could be identical, maybe.
That's what you said.
Also, have you seen an AK-47 on the trail of the president? Yes, right? I have seen it. Maybe our brother Isano, who is always moving with Mosaic, can tell us. There's also an AK-47 there. But now these guns, why I said that, I wanted you to get the picture. These guns are also carried by CMI, right? These guns are also carried by JAT officers. These guns are also carried by SFC. Yes? But what I saw was not SFC uniform. What you saw in that video I showed you. What uniform is that, Kanye?
That's a UPDF uniform.
But is it identical to SFC?
But a tweet later comes and says that we have released Tabz.
You release what you have. So now you're still asking who was detaining me. I know you're scared to say who.
Why would you think the Chief of Defense Forces is interested in you?
Interested? He has to be worried.
5 days in detention.
Not just interested.
5 days in detention, you come out on a police bond.
With my dreadlocks. Say it again.
With your dreadlocks and nails intact, like you said. And a tweet comes out and says, we have released Tabz.
Okay, Canary.
What were you questioned about during detention? Maybe that could give you a direction of why you could have been arrested.
Who gives me the information I put out was the main question. You also want to know what I answered?
Yes.
I will not. I don't think I did like Chairman Nyans when he was asked about what he said when he was asked about who was at the parade or not.
What did Chairman do in that incident?
Don't you have that video? It was at Sanyuka. Sanyuka is your sister station here. But now, look here.
So when you asked, what did you say?
At that point, I knew who had put me in that trap I was in. I told them the person I had come to meet in Kamosh is the person who has been giving me that information.
This is your OB who you say now works for the military forces,
the
right?
The same person, when we got into the drone, said he has left his phone.
You dared to say his name. Up to now, you have not said it. What are you scared of?
Dared or scared? None of that. I told you I will tell you his name at a later time. Wait for the later time.
Tabz,
Yes.
there's been a lot of information that you have released on
I
your
also
X
wanted
account.
to tell you,
But you're not.
the CDF asked who is Tabz. Can I answer that? Because
Yes.
I didn't get chance. By the time I was released, it was not on the internet anymore. My name is Tabandama Natumanya. Can I? My name is Tabandama Natumanya. My father, my late father, was Tabandama Nyehangane. My grandfather, was Tabandama Rutinampora. I had an uncle called Tabandama Gumsiris. All of those guys were born here in Uganda.
Tabz, the 5 days of detention.
So
would you like to tell us what happened inside detention?
Yes.
I saw the emotional story and
Yes.
wanted to.
Where did you see that?
To have it here with
Canary,
you
where
and,
did you see
and
that?
understand
Canary, where did you see the story at?
what happened in the 5 days of detention.
Where did you see the story
What
at?
happens in the 5 days of detention? Because I saw that on
You
social
saw
media.
that story
on
at
social
NTV.
media. Saw it on social media.
You
what
saw
happens?
it on NTV.
Tabz, you're
Canary.
here, so we'll get it
Canary,
from
you
you.
saw it on NTV.
We'll get it from you firsthand.
You know
I
why?
think that's what we should focus
You know
on.
why?
What happened in the 5 days of detention? And do you by any chance know where you had been detained from?
I'll give you what I know. When they drove me, we entered a slide gate. From Kamocha, when we drove back, now they didn't get the phone. They also asked for my car. They told me the color of my car, it was accurate. The number plate of my car, it was accurate. But I had not moved with the car. Like I told you, I had come with a border. So they later drove away after beating me from that car wash inside the drone. We drove, and after like maybe 45 minutes or about an hour, a slide gate opens and we enter. But I did not see the gate. You can tell the slide gate pushes to the side and then it opens. Canary, have you ever been detained in a police cell? There is that stench. I know you've never been. But there is that stench that ushers you in. For us who have lived in the ghetto most of our lives, we know it. They ushered me into a place. Meanwhile, your face is covered. But this time around, while we were getting out of the door, they removed the handcuffs from my... I was no longer handcuffed from the back, but from the front. And there is a new kind of handcuffs. I'm seeing it with a small chain in between. Yeah. So these guys led me into a room. Someone holds you by your hand, by your arm, upper arm, and then they are leading you into a room.
At this point, are you still blindfolded?
Bro, that's assured. Yes. You do not see anything.
Right, so the only sense here that you're using to detect anything around you is your ears.
Maybe
listening.
Because I'm a ghetto boy, there's another sense that you do not know. Don't put your interest in that. But then we entered, they ushered me into that room, and then it was a bit filthy, a bit stinking of urine and all that. And then all of a sudden, the chest is removed. I remember them removing my handcuffs while I look at them like this. And then also the ones on the legs, they removed them. The thing they put on your legs, it's like... pressure. When it holds you, then after a while it tightens. That's what something like that. But this time it's as if metallic and holds you quite with a very strong grip. So they removed my chest and, okay, I'm in a room. What came to my mind first? Oh, this is the same room where the Honorable Kwago was at. This is the same room where Edimoto was at. Because there's tiles, white tiles above human height. Yeah? And then it's like a bathroom setup. The tiles are even on the ground. But then it's like a bathroom setup with no toilet, with no urinal. So, and these guys told me, hey, Tabz, welcome to your new apartment. Indeed, I had entered that new apartment. I didn't know I was going to be there for about quite a number of days. So,
is this the infamous basement? What's going through your mind once they told you, oh, this is where the Honorable Kwago has been, this is where
No
Edwin
one
Kwe has
told
been?
me that. I saw with my eyes. I can analyze spaces and know. When I looked at the white tiles Canary, I knew for a fact, here I am. And I knew I was cooked. But then these guys, when they put me in, they removed the chest and left. They weren't even any violent anymore. But maybe to tell you one thing, while we were in the drone, as I tried to fight and they put me inside, once we entered in, the guy, one of the military guys, kicked me down, and then I was close to him, and he was putting a gun, that big black gun, close to my face, like 10 inches from my face, bro. With, I don't know if it's called a torch or something, that torch that is always on top of the gun. Canary, it works. I didn't know it works. It was putting a certain light, razor light in my eyes, and as if pepper being sprayed in your eyes. But I pleaded with the guy, please don't shoot me. And then he told me, Rara. I think that is an Swahili word for sleep down. Yeah. So this is not the guy that now, one of the guys that ushered me into the room were not in uniform. So I think the others had stayed outside in the drone or whatever. But now these were in plain cloth. And then when they removed the mask, the chest, they left and then closed. And then after like a few minutes, another gentleman comes and he tells me, Tabz, as he opened, said, yeah, I'm inside. Are you in here? I said, I'm in here. Then he opened, he said, oh, he told me, okay, fine, I wanted to see you. I am going to be the sales guard here. I said, okay. Now, after like another 5 or so minutes, other 2 guys came with now the other first guys that had put me in came with a T-shirt, a yellow T-shirt of the presidential candidate that was associated with the color yellow in the previous elections. And they asked me to wear it. And I told them, but I have my clothes and it is okay, I can stay with this. They said, okay, maybe when you want it, we shall not be here to give it to you. And one of them told me in Runyankore, Tabz, manya tuija kurwana niwe. Ejeji t-shirt ntwendo jijware, tutere chishani, tugende tukushabirwa kusasirwa wa president.
Loosely translated to
Tabz, we are not here to fight you. We want you to put on this T-shirt, then we go and help you ask for forgiveness from the president. Said, first I thought, okay, forgiveness. It is not right for me to put on a T-shirt like that not out of my will. So I was thinking, are they going to go and ask Bobby to forgive me, my president? But then, because it was yellow in color, I knew who they were talking about.
All right, so this
is a
military detention and you're being forced to wear an NRM T-shirt.
They did not force me. They asked me to wear it. I declined.
And you declined.
And they told me when I want it, they will not be there to give it to me. And they left. Shortly after that, 2 guys came with their guns in their waists and they undressed me, opened and undressed me. Canary. Undressed me from head to toe. When they removed my shoes after arrest, I stayed with socks on. But this time around, Canary, these guys removed everything I was wearing, including underwear, and took pictures of me. And showed me the pictures. And the guy asked me, Onyumye?
Was this by phone? Was this by camera?
By phone. They have iPhones just like you do. And showed me the picture. And scrolled like 4 or 5. And told me, Onyumye? I just laughed it off. But, and then they told me, if you dare post anything anti-government, if you go on social media and start talking your nonsense, they called it nonsense. This, what I'm doing, they called it nonsense. We shall post these pictures. In my mind, I said, okay, now I was thinking, how is family going to think about this? How are my people going to see this? But then later, I knew they're going to release these pictures while I'm in detention, so I might not even ever get to know about them. I didn't even ever have hopes of being released, the Canary. I didn't even have hopes of ever being outside and free like I am today. So I just kept quiet, and they left. They left with the photos and with my clothes. That was on the second day, I think.
And second day, are you given meals? Are you given water? What is happening
Canary.
at night?
For all the time that I was at that detention facility, every day I was given 1 cup of porridge. One.
That's all that constituted your meals?
One every day. But
Was it in the morning? Was it at night? Was it
Canary, I
during
was
the day?
almost your size. Look at me now. I was almost your size, Canary. Look at me now. That was the impact of about 5 days. I've been warned not to take anything from NBS, just to let you know.
You can have the water, at least it's sealed.
I'm a
You don't
hard
have to worry
guy.
about anything.
Sealed or otherwise,
So
Canary,
let's
this
so,
can be
let- so let's
manufactured
let's
for
now
Tabz.
understand Tabz. They took your pictures, and then what happens for the next 3 days? Because you're in detention for about 5 days.
The next day, they interrogated me. And what was the kind of interrogation? They came, 2 guys, now covered me. They brought a scarf. I think I forgot it outside in the car. I had brought it to gift it to you. They came with a scarf. The typical kind of scarf that you saw wrapped around the Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago's face. And wrapped around me. This time it wasn't black and white, it was blue and white. Guys came, 2 guys, with one with a V, same military fatigue you saw, one with a V or 2 Vs or something like that. Then the other didn't have any rank, I think. And then they told me, Tabz, you're going to go with us. I didn't even ask where. I wasn't even interested. So we moved, and then we entered what seemed to me like an elevator, because there is that carjacking. And after a while of walking, like maybe 200 meters or thereabout, but we are moving in, you can feel that you're in a building. So these guys usher me into another room, and I'm told to sit. He just tells you, sit. You can't see. I mean, you're trying to figure out, is that when you're walking, he will tell you a step, then you put your foot up or down, and all he's giving you is direction using your arm. Yeah? Then I sat down, and then I think there was about 5 or 6 different voices. So one of the voices tells me, Tabz, finally you're here. I thought you're invisible. Oops, sorry. I thought you're invisible. Please, you could help me with this. And
you're saying this is on the 3rd day of detention?
Yeah, I think 3rd or 4th. You know, when you're detained,
you had lost count of time?
There is no light. There is no what. There is light in those rooms where you're detained, but you don't have the switch to your convenience. Yeah. So they put light when they are coming, and put it off when they don't want it in. In that room, in that basement or whatever you called it, there is a CCTV installation in one of the corners. As you move to the side, it moves towards you. When they came to pick me for interrogation, I thought they would take me with my clothes. But now this other sales guard is the one who was having the scarf they covered me with. So I asked him, but my clothes, as they were trying to tie me, told me, we have a very good trouser for you. So they gave me something. It's like it wasn't the trouser I had been wearing, a tracksuit or something like that, or a warm suit, and I felt them tying it, and yeah. So they led me to a room, and these guys were telling me, we're going to ask you our questions, make sure you tell us the truth, or that will be the end of it, end of you. I said, it's okay. So they were the ones asking me, who gives you this information that you beat with him?
Are you looking at the person interrogating you?
No.
Are you still blindfolded?
Canary, if I could sit on this ground here, I would show you. Like you sit legs flat, yeah, and you are handcuffed with your face tied with a turban. You cannot see through a turban, Canary. You cannot.
So let's get to the questioning. They're asking you, who is giving you this information?
And I tell them,
what do you respond?
the guy that I was arrested with, that had come to meet in Kamocha, was giving me this information. Because he turned out he was the mole. But of course, he was not the one giving me the information. He was giving me some information. Some information. Of course, you can never underestimate information. It was helpful then, but I think that was a build-up to their plan. They also asked me how much I'm paid at NUP, what my role is at NUP. You would be interested to know what answer I told them. But then, they also asked me about Bobby after voting. They told me they had information that I was the one hiding Bobby Wine. I told them that is not true because it is not true. That I'm the one who helped him escape. I was told through Guru or somewhere. I told them that is not true because it is not true. They also asked me about. They said I had software. They have information that I have software that listens into calls and taps, intercepts calls and all that. I told them that is not true. And they said I had intercepted some calls. They told me maybe a call from the Honorable Nyamutoro. Then they told me I had intercepted a calls of, should I say it?
That's what you're here for.
A thief called Katushabe, Winston. They said I had intercepted calls of a thief called Anita Mo.
You must be a very powerful man, Tabz, for you to be able to have.
No. I don't have that software, Canary. I told them it is not true. I was getting to that. I told them it is not true. Then they asked me where I was getting the calls I was broadcasting. I told them I got them from Bobby Wine. Should I also tell that to you? I have tweeted over and over again. You people be asking on the internet, who gives you information? It is Bobby Wine. Go find him and arrest him. Tamuku Mahad, don't you know where he is at? They should go and arrest him. He gives me this information. He is my source. Now me, I am not this journalist that is going to hide some of the classified sources. Bobby Wine Chaguranyi Robert Center is my biggest source of information.
The line of interrogation, what happens thereafter?
No, they asked me that. Then they asked me for my known phone contacts. Then what else did they ask me? No, I think that was it. Oh, they asked me who funds me. They also asked me about a certain NGO called Agora. And they asked me about my relationship with Agora. They asked me about my relationship with the works of Agora and what my role is at Agora. I don't work with Agora. I like what they do because I believe in what they stand for.
Agora, this is the NGO where Agatha, Tyre, Godwin Talk and the likes do work, right?
Yes. Okay, I will make it make sense to you as one I grew up with. I have been friends with Agatha even before Agora. I was staying in the same hall of residence with Toko Godwin at Makerere in Micho. I was at law school with Toko Godwin in the same class. How am I not supposed to continue conversing with them? Even when our work is almost in the same line, I don't work with Agora. But Agora is doing great work. I know people don't want to hear it. They are doing good work. That's why they are being questioned left, right, and center. And I will take this opportunity to thank Agora. Keep doing what you're doing. Agatha, keep doing what you're doing. Toko, keep doing what you're doing. Dr. Spire, keep doing what you're doing. At a certain time, they will.
All right,
They
Tabz.
will know.
So,
Canary, wait. I know
we don't want to lose.
Agora is doing great work. You don't want to hear it. But Canary, when they arrest you, fine, it will come to you. When they arrest you, Agora will still come through for you.
We don't want to lose the track or where we're on. I just wanted to end
Ask
the
your
5
question.
days of detention.
Ask your question.
After questioning, what happens there after the rest of the days left before you are
They
released?
hold you again, take you back to the detention center. Then the next day, they brought me home for a search at my residence. I had one of the ministers, very shambo woman. Very dumb woman. I will say this, even on camera. Very incompetent. Namere Justin from Masaka. She was on her social media saying, I have 21 cases in police, all stemming from, I don't have a place of abode, I don't have mobile money, I don't have anything to my name. They took me to her, did they take me to her residence? They took me to my own residence and searched it. What were they looking for? My computer.
What did they find?
They wanted my phones. They didn't find anything of their interest. Oh, they found 2 SIM cards that I had replaced sometime when I traveled and came back and they had been disconnected. I replaced them. So they took those. They also wanted my passport. They didn't find it. They also, during interrogation, what I forgot to tell you, they asked me what I be doing in Europe when I travel to Europe. And I told them I'm always going to meet my family. I told me, we have been told you went and studied what? I think they thought I had studied maybe to detonate bombs and all that. I do not know that. But I told them I'd be going to see my family, and that's factual, Canary.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the day you are released,
what
time was it? Where
I didn't know what time.
Taken?
I didn't know what time. But the sales guard, if I gave that guy my contact, I told him to reach out to me. He has not yet reached out to me. I want to gift him a cow. That guy gave me his phone. When he entered that detention room to remove the bucket. Meanwhile, what they leave you with in that detention room is a bucket, detergent bucket. They don't tell you what to use it for, but you will know what it is for. They don't. Anyway, some of the things I will not say them on air. But he entered as if coming to remove the bucket, and he gave me his phone and locked himself inside. They gave me his phone. You call your lawyer right away. They are taking you to court. I asked him, which court? He told me either court martial or Kanyanya court. I told him, okay. Now I had only one contact of my big sister. I called her and told her, look, they are taking me to court. She asked me, Andrew, are you alive? And I didn't have to answer all that. I told her, you can hear I'm alive. I am okay. They are taking me to court. Please go to court. She asked me, I told her, go to put some people at Makindye and others at Kanyanya. And also call Counsel Lewis, because I didn't have his number offhand. Call him and tell him what I have told you. And before she even said anything, the guy grabbed his phone and he left. That was a life-saving phone. A life-saving phone call. A life-saving guy.
Where are you taken to after this?
Also, before that, before I was taken for interrogation, 2 guys, a guy and a woman came. The woman was carrying a barber's machine. And they told this guy, the sales guard, that they wanted to cut my hair. They had come to cut my hair. And he tells them he had not received instructions on that. I still have my dreadlocks. And they left. But mind you, they came and I was naked. I remember when he opened the door a little bit, I tried to hide behind the door, Canary, because I was naked. I know those photos are going to come out because they warned me against doing this. I'm doing it. Yeah? So on that day, after making that phone call, 1, 2, 3, maybe 1, 2 hours passed. Aha! Thank you. Canary, this is the turban. I've not washed it. This is the turban that they use to cover my face. So they roll it, I think, like this. Then they cover your face like this. Yeah? This is your gift. Keep it as a souvenir. It has my DNA and the DNA of my captivators and my torturers, and now it has your DNA. You can frame it.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. The day you are released, you now have no idea where you're headed.
Yes. First,
were you taken to court? Were you taken to police?
My clothes. And mind you, when we went home, when they took me home for research, they picked clothes for me from my hangline, from my wardrobe. They told me, pick this, their choice. And they told me, you're going to court tomorrow, so you have to look smart. I told them, fine. They picked clothes and even picked shoes. I have never seen those ever again. But they gave me, when they were now bringing me to police, they gave me the other clothes they had arrested me in. And then they blindfolded me again, led me to what seemed like an elevator, and then this time around led me out. When you step out and you've been inside for a long time, you can feel that this is maybe outside. And then led me to a car, which I later discovered it was a drone. By this time, they didn't put me where they had put me after arrest. They put me in one of the seats with my face still tied, my hands tied. If you look at the picture that they shared with my handcuffs on, and mind you, Canary, that picture was taken by the same person that took pictures of me while I was naked. And I found it on the internet. I do not know how it got onto the internet. Maybe that's a message that they will also broadcast the other ones, the other naked pictures. But then they drove me into they took me into the drone and drove me to Natete police.
Not CPS?
No. Natete police. And at that point, they removed, now kindly give me this, I show you. This was on my face, while inside the drone. And then they always have it tied, and then when they removed it, they just pushed it down like this. And then I was tied. Then they just pushed it down and took a picture of me. As they got me out of the drone into a Harrier that was parked at Natete police. And at Natete police, I was there inside the drone for like an hour. Parked. No one is asking. You're inside the police facility.
We saw that picture. How did it get to the internet?
That is a question I'm asking myself. But it is the same face, the same phone, the same camera that took the other photos and took this picture. Now, once they took the picture, they handed me over to police, to 2 police officers, just 2. I was on handcuffs. If you look at that picture, if they could show us that picture, if the producer could show us that picture, my legs were also tied. I had not killed nobody. I had not stolen anything. But then in the Harrier, they drove me to CPS. At CPS, they gave me, here is your gift.
I'll pick it from you after.
Canary, this is your gift. I don't want you to forget it.
It's okay.
They recorded a statement. And in the statement, I told them I was picked by so-and-so looking men. I was taken in such and such a place. I was treated like so-and-so, taken for a search, and I was brought here.
So at this point, you're recording a statement, or you're just telling the police officer what you had gone through?
Telling them is recording a statement, no? But they were
wondering whether they were writing all
this
down.
They wrote.
So
I read through it.
Okay.
And signed. I'm telling you what I told them. And after that, mind you, they had my bond paper ready. Me, I knew after the statement, Because me telling my big sister to deploy at CPS, at court, I knew they were taking me to court, so they should take lawyers to court. My big brothers, Kato and Kakulu, were ready.
This picture comes out a few minutes before 6 p.m. Do you really think that you
Canary,
were being taken?
I got my phone back from the people that had kept it.
Us who are online, this picture comes out a few minutes before 6 p.m. Do you really think that you were being taken to court after 5?
No. Canary, I'm telling you, me, I thought when they were bringing me to CPS or Natete, they were taking me to court. They took that picture. I do not know at what point they shared it. But I found it on the internet when I was released. And looking through what has been going on the internet or going on in the internet, I found it. Now, Canary, at CPS, I will tell you, I found my bond paper written.
How did you even attach it to CPS?
Through, I told you, they handed me over to police, 2 police officers, and they drove me to CPS in a Toyota
That's
Harrier.
the picture. That's
yes.
the picture there.
Yeah. When you look at that picture, my legs were tied, Canary. My legs were also tied, but I think the picture just didn't show it properly. But my legs were equally tied with are they also called leg cuffs now? I do not know. But then, at CPS, I was telling you, I found my bond paper written and stamped. All they had to fill in were the sureties. And they did that and released me. Now, Canary, did you want me at that point to go and pluck out my nails, then cut my...
So at this point, where do you get sureties, since you had asked your sister to deploy at court and not CPS?
Oh, at CPS, they gave me chance to call my people. They gave me a phone. But when I called my people, to my shock, in like no minute, they had showed up, and there was even much more than I needed. And I was set free. And
just like that?
Yeah.
Tabz, do you feel used?
Do I feel used? By who?
So, in your earlier statements, you said that some of the people who are giving you information, like you said, your Obi, who works with the military.
He is one of my sources.
Yes, that's what I said.
I still have my other sources.
He also later laid you. He also later laid you, like in your own words, you said.
Himself.
And you were later arrested. Do you feel used?
He used himself. He used himself. I am here. I'm not going to stop. I'm still giving out the information with all the valor. I have just, Canary, quickly, I've just received a screenshot of what you people have posted on your social media handle. NBS television, your NBS handle, NBS TV. Canary Mugume, many people online are saying you could be working for the same people who could have abducted you. And they reply, they say, Ninye Tabz, so what if I'm working for them? So what if I'm not working for them? You go ahead and explain everything that I've said. Don't drive any narrative.
Everything is on there.
Before I go off here, that's why I asked for. Look here.
Tabz.
I have received this right now.
Tabz, that's just a screenshot of one tweet.
No?
That's just a screenshot of one tweet. There are a series of tweets under there.
Put them there.
Everything is on there.
No, you've not yet.
And you're live on NBS, so
yes,
let's not get into that.
This. Look,
come on, Tabz. Let's not get into that because everything is on there.
Wait. The guy goes ahead and tells me NBS as usual. Singa.
Do you feel used?
Do
you feel used?
By NBS?
No.
By who?
By those who are giving you information.
No. I am a journalist. I know what comes with speaking truth to journalism. I know it. I expected it. I even expect that even after here, I'm going to be asked about what I've said on air. But,
do you fear for your life?
Your people, wait.
Do you fear for your life now after what you have gone through?
Wait, you tell your people to write what I have said, not to drive a narrative that you want to drive.
Do you fear for your life?
Put what I am saying. Don't try to drive a narrative that I'm not saying here.
Tabz, after you've gone through, do you fear for your life?
Yes, I fear for my life. But my life is just one life of the 45 million Ugandan lives. I don't care. If you come and shoot me, come and do that. But you will not have shot 45 million people that I stand for. I fear for my life. Every day that I'm going home, I feel that the next 1 minute a bullet will be in my head. But so wait. So what if if a bullet sits in my head? It will just be one Tabz that is dead.
Okay.
But
let us know what you think about this conversation.
Children. My children are going to give birth to children. My brothers are giving birth to children. Other activists are having other activists they are training. They're also giving birth to children. And the children of our children will still speak truth to power, no matter what. Canary, if they kill me, I am scared for my life. Yes, if they kill me, in the event that they kill me,
what keeps you going?
Pardon?
What keeps you going?
Oh, what I stand for keeps me going.
What keeps you going?
What I stand for keeps me going.
Let us know what you think about this conversation. The hashtag is NBS Media Roundtable. Let us know what you think about this conversation. We are live on air. We're also live on Afro Mobile. This conversation continues there.
All right. Thank you, Canary. What a thrilling conversation. If you would like to catch more of that, make sure that you find it on Afro Mobile. And right now, we're about to get into NBS Breakfast Meeting. A warm welcome. My name is Tracy Ikopit, and cancer is one of Uganda's most challenging health issues that we're facing right now in the country. And joining me this morning is Dr. Richard Kalunji, who's going to be taking us through the Rotary Cancer Run and uniting together to fight cancer. Good morning, Richard. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Good morning, Tracy. Nice to have you.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that I'm at Next Media and NBS in particular. Morning and greetings to the viewers.
Absolutely. Such a pleasure to have you this morning. All right. So let's talk about the Rotary Cancer Run. Tell us about the history about it, because I know that you come from the side of the medical end. So let's dive into that conversation.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. To start it off, I'm a Rotarian from the Rotary Club of Kampala South, and I've been part of the Rotary Cancer Program for over 5 years. The Rotary Cancer Program is a program that runs or organizes the Rotary Cancer Run. And the Rotary Cancer Run is a fundraising arm or fundraising vehicle for the program. The program does about 4 major things. Number one is to create awareness around cancer. And then number 2 is to provide screening and preventive activities in the community. And then number 3 is to train and build capacity among medical workers. And then number 4 is to build infrastructure for cancer treatment. So the cancer program, with those 4 pillars, is able to fight against cancer in different ways. And because we need resources to achieve those targets, we use the Rotary Cancer Run to raise funds. The Rotary Cancer Run has been on since 2012.
Wow.
So this year we are going to be celebrating 15 years. So this being the 15th run, it's quite personal, it's quite emotional for us, and we are very glad and happy that we have been able to move this way. But it's also important because there are so many things that we've achieved over the last 15 years, like we shall see in today's discussion.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the theme. What is the theme? What does it mean? And why is it significant this year?
Yeah, so, you know, if you had a 15-year-old child, they would perhaps be not just running around your compound, they'll be having mature and meaningful conversations with you.
Right.
So when we turn 15 this year, we know that we need to go an extra mile. We need to do better. And we need to involve even more people, raise more resources. This year's theme is personal. It's personal to us, but personal to other people that we are calling. And it's also, it resonates with many people that live in this country. This theme is Gwanga Muje, a Luganda, a phrase or paragraph coined in Luganda, which means come. It's a rallying call for people to come together or to come to us. And it's usually used when there's either need or there's celebration. So this year we are using it to make it personal for everyone. When you say Gwanga Muje, it means that there's people being called, but there's also an individual. So we are calling people to look at themselves first. So when you say Gwanga Muje as an individual, you need to ask yourself, what is it in this cancer fight that relates to me? What is it in this cancer fight that I need to do? So this year's theme is number 1, again, based on our pillars, is to ask people to go out there and seek information. The number 2, to go out there and have screening done for various diseases or various cancers like we shall see. And then finally, to come together and raise resources. Because when we support health workers through training, when we build centers for treating cancer, all that benefits us because we don't know when we shall be cancer patients in our lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So in terms of participation and even fundraising, like you've mentioned, what are you expecting this year?
Yeah, so I don't know if we shall get to talk about what we've done.
Absolutely,
yeah,
yes.
But this year, because sometimes when you ask people, when you tell people this is what you're looking for, they will ask you what have you done with what we gave you last year. But in terms of the goal, this year we are quite ambitious because we are big, we are 15 years old, and we are looking to raise 5 billion Uganda shillings. And this money is not just raised through people giving us. We shall talk about the avenues through which they can participate. But the easiest and most straightforward way is we want to attract and have 100,000 participants this year. Wow. All over the country. Last year we had well over 60,000 participants in Kampala and over 40 towns that participated in the Rotary Cancer Run. So it's not bad or wrong for us to dream to have the 100,000 number, but also ensure that through that number and other partners, we're able to raise 5 billion Uganda shillings.
Absolutely. And what will these funds be used for?
Okay, so these 5 billion shillings is, I know that we're now going so much into what we have done before. And if you'll allow me, I'll just give that history. So the Cancer Run started in 2012. And when it started at that time, the brainchild or the founder tells us that at that time it was just him being a person of action. You know, Rotarians call themselves people of action. And the idea was, I have lost my friend to cancer. What is it that I can do? So he came together with friends, a few company corporates, and he asked them, you know, what can we do around cancer? So they raised money, they started the run, and they had less than 1,000 runners then. So when they raised money, they asked themselves, you know, yes, we have the money. Now what do we do? So they went in there and they conducted the screening. When they did the run again, they realized that the need is beyond just creating awareness. It's beyond just screening people. So they now came up with a very big target to build a cancer ward. And for 2012, 2013, 2014, they raised money and put up a 36-bed ward in Nsambia Hospital. And we are very grateful to Nsambia Hospital for their support. Very grateful to Centenary Bank, which raised much of this money that enabled us to do screening and to put up this ward. When this was done, it appeared like as if the story is done. But they realized that there's a lot more people out there dying every year, over 30,000 people dying from cancer. So then they knew that they needed to do more. So for that time, from 2015, they raised money about 300 million, but they pushed it to the Rotary Blood Bank, which is our other program as Rotary. Why? Because when people have cancer, they need blood. When people have all these challenges in hospitals, they need blood. And this has enabled us to grow this center to contribute over 18,000 units of blood to the national grid, if so you call it. Now, from 2015 to about 2017, we now needed to move beyond the cancer ward. We needed equipment, we needed to train people, we needed to do other things beyond just having patients lie in wards. And at that time, in 2016, we noticed that the only cobalt machine in the country, cobalt machine is used for radiotherapy. Radiotherapy is one of the ways that we treat cancer, in addition to surgery and treat using medicines, but we will not go so much into the medical details. So what happened at that time, because it had fallen down, people were going to Nairobi for treatment. So as Rotarians, we thought that, you know, what can we do? So we started a very ambitious tight goal to build a radiotherapy cancer center. And the goal was to have a one-stop center where patients can come in, receive the surgery if they need it, receive the medications if they need it, receive the radiotherapy. Now, at that time, it was quite exciting because the financial goal was 13.8 billion Uganda shillings. And imagine people had only raised under 2 billion shillings in 5 years, dreaming to raise 13.8.
Yeah.
But over time, we made a lot of progress. We raised money. We started building. We raised about 3.8 billion. We started on the superstructure. And then we raised another 2 billion. We banked it. And this year we are raising the 5 billion that I told you about to ensure that we go to the other level of building this radiotherapy cancer center. This center is in Nsambia Hospital as well. For those who want to know what has happened to our money, where has our money been going, you can't visit the hospital and see the center. But maybe on another day, we could come with Next Media and profile, show pictures of that structure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's the progress like? How far are you in terms of achieving the 5 billion shilling goal?
Yeah, so how the cancer run operates, we raise funds usually in August because our runs happen every last Sunday of August. So when we raise funds, we have a target that year. We know the thing that we want to use that money for.
Right.
We no longer raise money just out of excitement or out of just being good Rotarians. We raise money because we know what we want to do. So we raise money through partners, like I told you, and we have signature partners like Centenary Bank, like Harris International, Crystal Water, Parliament of Uganda, Vision Group. Now, these guys give us money during the run and even after. And that money contributes part of the goals that we have. Like if I tell you we have a goal of raising 5 billion, we know that it's going to move us from phase 1 of the building to phase 2 of the building. So we have part of that money raised. Like I told you, we have 2 billion shillings sitting on the account, waiting for more money, because the engineers, I'm not an engineer, but the engineers tell us that sometimes you need to have all the money to move a particular level at once. So what we want to do, the partners have started engaging us, and we're very grateful to Next Media and all your channels in there, Nile Post, NBS, Afro Mobile, that have engaged us and supported us to ensure that we build this awareness. But we're also having partners that have already started engaging us because we already registering for the cancer run on 30th of August, and people are already registering and getting kits. People are buying these t-shirts at 100,000. People are giving us money, 10 million, 20 million, 30 million. And like I told you, the signature or the platinum sponsors, like Centenary Bank, have already given us funding. But we can't use it yet until we've raised these 100,000 runners with all the money that comes with them, and then we move to the next level.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you've shared some incredible stories about what Rotary has been able to do. So are you able to share with us some success stories from the beneficiaries of the Rotary Centenary Bank Cancer Treatment Center and the Rotary Blood Bank?
Yeah. I'll give you a very simple example. I've been a Rotarian for the last 10 years. And you know, when we do these things, they equally make us quite emotional. And I'll give you an example along the 4 lines. One is around awareness. You find a patient, let me say you're doing a medical camp in Kampala, in Namuongo, in even Lower Naguru. We do projects in Lower Naguru. And you get a patient who has a disease, who has clear-cut symptoms of breast cancer. And they don't even know that there's a disease called breast cancer. So when we create this awareness on media, on social media, in our particular physical platforms, when we do medical outreach, we learn that there's a lot we should do to save our people. So there's this patient that comes onto a camp. They have typical symptoms of a disease. Everyone knows that this is breast cancer, but that patient doesn't know. The other aspect is around the screening. So this person doesn't know that if you don't know that this is breast cancer, then you don't know that you can actually do something to screen for it before you get it, or that you can diagnose it early so that you get it treated. When it comes to the treatment, when people come to the cancer ward built by Rotary and Centenary Bank in Zambia Hospital, we see people who do not even know where to go for treatment. So over 60% of our patients come to us when it is too late because of that. But the other example that I'll give you, there are some nurses and doctors that Rotary has supported along the way. Someone is a medical doctor, well-trained. They have a lot of passion for treating cancer, but they want to be supported to gain the knowledge. They want to be supported to have a place where they can practice. And it gives us a lot of joy when we see people being picked up as nurses, as doctors, and we see them treating thousands and thousands of people just because as Rotary, we put together funds, we put together resources, and give them an opportunity to know something more beyond what they had got in the university and treat people against cancer or for cancer. So those are real life stories. I've just told you about the cancer ward. It's a ward now going to a radiotherapy center. Instead of having 3 machines in the cancer center at Mulago Hospital, we shall be moving to over 5. So people who are lining up, if you went to the cancer institute in Mulago today, this morning, You'll perhaps see people lying on the floor, people waiting in droves on the line. And what we're trying to do is to change that story. For people to say that, you know, I'm now getting treatment earlier, I'm getting treatment better because of the work of Rotary and all the Ugandans that have given us funding.
Amazing, amazing. So how do we register for the Rotary Cancer Run, and who is eligible to register?
Yeah, you know, when you say Gwanga Muje, you don't say that, you know, I'm only looking for brown people, or I'm only looking for tall people. So when you say Gwanga Muje, it's a clarion call. You're calling everyone and anyone that can make it to wherever you're calling them. So when it comes to the Rotary Cancer Run, Gwanga Muje is everyone come forth. Whether you're Next Media, whether you're Tracy, whether you're Kalunji, whether you're someone in northern Uganda or southern Uganda or out of the country. So the Cancer Run, both this year and going forward, is something for all of us. We call it a family event. It's both for Rotarians, Rotaractors, but also people who don't belong to us. And interestingly, we've got so many people join us because of coming to the Cancer Run. They're able to see what we do and they become Rotarians. Next Media perhaps is going to have one of the next new Rotary clubs coming up because of what we've been engaging with over the last couple of years. So it's a family event. Everyone is welcome, no matter the age, no matter the sex, no matter the socio-economic status. As long as you can raise 30,000 Uganda shillings to register for the Cancer Run, you will get a vest. If you pay 100,000 Uganda shillings, you will get a t-shirt. Some people have complained, you know, I don't feel comfortable in a vest, or the vest doesn't make me look as cool as I want to look. So you can get a t-shirt like the one I'm wearing now. And if you want a partner as well, if you want to partner with us, you're still welcome. And you don't have to be a big enterprise. You don't have to give us 1 billion or 100 million. If you can, well and good. But we are encouraging people to give us. If you have your shop in Chikubo, or you have your small business somewhere, or you're an employee somewhere, that 100,000, that 200,000 can move us to the next level. And there are so many areas where you can have this done. You can go to any of the Centenary Bank branches. You can go to the Rotary office at Nick Building. Nick Building is just near Kampala Road on the 9th floor. You'll find a very good lady in there called Beatrice that will support you. You can go to all Bread House branches. You know, Bread House is one of the popular shops in this town. Then you can also go to Capital Shoppers, anywhere that you can find Capital Shoppers. You can go to Rotary clubs. We have over 160 Rotary clubs in this country, and they meet every week. We also have Rotaract clubs, the younger version of Rotary. Very exciting young people who can equally get you to have this vest. You can even go to Nsambia Hospital, get to see the work that we are doing, and tell them, you know what, I want to register for the Cancer Run. So there is no single reason why anyone should not participate. If you don't want to do it for myself or for yourself, do it for your relative. Do it for your wife who may have a cancer coming up next year or the other year. Do it for your friend who may get cancer. Because the final thing that I will say is, it's one thing us organizing cancer runs every year. But it's another thing missing an opportunity for people to learn what it means, what is in this thing for them. So what we're trying to do is, you are going to pay for the Cancer Run at 30,000, but you don't stop at just coming to run. Don't stop at just coming to walk. Take an initiative. Learn how you can examine your breast. Learn when you're supposed to do for cervical cancer screening. Learn which type of cancers exist in our country, because we now know them. We know which cancers are common. We know how cancers come. We know what you can do to screen for them. So sometimes when you're doing your new life or new year goals, it may be that, let me get all my relatives and take them for screening for cancer. And then the doctors will guide you on how you can go about it.
Amazing, amazing. So beyond just the registration, what options are there for people to donate even more? How can they support the cause more?
Okay, so we have other platforms. In all the places that I've talked about, someone can choose to go beyond the core that we have made. So you can go beyond just paying 30,000. You can go beyond just coming to run. And I've hinted to that. I don't know if you give me an opportunity to share the codes.
Yes.
But you can give money beyond the 30,000. And you can also choose to be a partner. And this partnership, like I said, you can be a small business, you can be a big business, you can be a corporation, you'll be recognized. Yeah, so I need to look up the codes, but there are codes where you can pay that money, and then you if you pay over 100,000, you receive this T-shirt. If you pay more than 100,000, you want to become a partner, we shall come to your office and recognize you and blast you all over the place that so and so has given us money. So we shall recognize you in whichever way that you support us.
Absolutely.
And if you're in the diaspora, you don't have to say that, I'm in Berlin or I'm in Germany, so I can't participate. We can ship your T-shirts, your kits to you. And when you come in here, we can organize for you to have to visit these places where we are having all these initiatives so that you see what you're trying to achieve.
Great. So you had alluded earlier to having different activities within this campaign. Could you let us know what they could be?
Okay, so the activities, we have what we call the before cancer run activities, the during cancer run activities, and after cancer run activities. The cancer run is only a fundraising vehicle, but the program, which has the pillars that I told you, including awareness, screening, capacity building, and infrastructure development, goes on all year round. So before the cancer run, we conduct screening and awareness camps. Last year, we conducted over 70 camps all over the country.
Wow.
In partnership with the CCare group. And this year, we are planning to do 100. So if there's no way, we don't want people to just say that, the only thing I benefited was to come to Kololo or to come to Gulu town for the run or to come to Bushenyi town for the run. We want people to see that we are in their faces, telling them to screen, but also giving them the key information that they need. Within the cancer run, we again organize another camp at the cancer run facility. And this happens in over 40 towns. So there is no way you can miss out because it is happening everywhere. But on those particular events, on the day as well, we conduct screenings, we conduct blood donations, we conduct engagements with partners. Partners have goodies depending on who they are. Some people get opportunity to appear on TV for the very first time when Next Media interviews them or talks to them. So there are all those activities you get, like the other thing I told you, you get to engage with Rotarians and maybe join them. And then after the run, we still continue having medical outreach and then building the facilities that we're trying to raise funds for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So as we come to a close, what message do you have for Ugandans who maybe don't consider themselves runners, but would like to support the cause?
Okay, so, when it comes to participation, you don't I'm trying to get the codes so that as we close, people have them. When it comes to participation, you don't participate because, like I said, because you're a runner. You participate because this speaks to you. Just a moment. Okay. You participate because this speaks to you, this speaks to your family. And as a medical doctor, I've realized that sometimes we don't know what kills our relatives. So you may find that you have, and we know that cancer runs in families, especially if you have a particular type of cancer, like what we call women cancers. So if someone had cancer of the ovary or cancer of the uterus or cancer of the breast, if someone in your family 10, 20, 30 years ago died from that cancer, you want to take action. You want to take action even earlier. We've had celebrities who go for breast removal or mastectomy, like you've said it, because they think that their risk is too high. So what we are trying to achieve as Rotary is we don't want this to be looked at as their run. We want it to be looked at as our run. We want it to look like it's our efforts. So as an individual beyond the cancer run, take action, be proactive, go out there and listen to proper media. Sometimes nowadays we have so many people on podcasts giving all sorts of information, but listen to the right information. Don't listen to people telling you that, if you don't take sugar, then you'll never suffer from cancer. You need to listen to people who give you the entire story, not what you want to hear, and then go take it from the point of information to the point of prevention. Know what you're supposed to do, know what you're supposed to screen, and then early diagnosis. Early diagnosis is the biggest power you can ever have, because even when we do all these things we are doing, we can still end up getting cancer. But if you diagnose it early, your chances of managing it go over 70%. And then the other thing is you contribute actively to us having a better system of managing cancer. Yeah, but if you'll allow me, I want to just read out the digits where people can make contributions. So I've said that if you pay more than 100,000, you can get a shirt, just like a t-shirt, just like the one I'm wearing. So if you want to show up at the cancer run on 30th of August, not wearing a vest, being different, you can pay on MTN Momo 935796. MTN Momo 935796, or you can do Airtel Money, that is 4394698. Again, if you want to pay for the cancer run, it's 30,000. If you want to get a t-shirt just like mine, look different, or contribute more than 100,000, you can use the following numbers. MTN Momo is 935796, and Airtel Money is 4394698. Other than that, if you want to bring your money directly, you can go to the Rotary office, which is on the 9th floor of National Insurance Corporation building.
Thank you so much. And now when it comes to like the different institutions, organizations, and development partners that would like to support, how can they do that? Yeah, so the partners, like I said, can reach out to us directly. We have so many Rotary clubs in this country, sitting in nearly every part of the country. But if you don't know, so you can approach Rotary clubs and tell them, you know what, I want to support the cancer run, I want to be a partner, I want to be a platinum partner, or I want to give you the 5 billion that you're looking for. Whatever it is that you're proposing, you can reach out to any Rotary club or any Rotary club directly. But the other thing, like I've just said, you can walk into the Rotary office on 9th floor NIC building, National Insurance Corporation building, or you can come to Next Media and tell them, you know what, I'm looking for Rotarians and to support the Rotary Cancer Run. But you can also go to the Nsambia Hospital. Like I've told you, Nsambia Hospital is our key partner. Why I'm urging Ugandans to go to Nsambia Hospital, many times people have asked us, what is it that our money is doing? So if you go to Nsambia Hospital and see this, and this we can organize. If you're a company, you're Next Media, and you want to see what is happening in Nsambia, we take you to Nsambia, you see what is happening, and that should really push you even harder to make a contribution. So reach out to us, and we shall guide you on how you can support us. You can support us both financially and non-financially. You can tell us, you know what, I can help you train 1,000 medical workers, or I can help you build a structure in Soroti, or I can help you conduct 20 medical camps. So we are not just looking for money. If you know you're a partner, pharmaceutical company, hospital, or any other partner that is willing to support us, you're welcome. And I want to really end on a note of appreciating Next Media, because Next Media may not give us liquid cash like we call it, but Next Media is at every event that we're organizing all over the country. This morning we're having an event in Kavale, and I've just been on the call with the Next Media correspondent. So that kind of support, when we push what we are doing, when we push what we are talking about, people know that, you know, this is not just for Kampala people. It's not just for having some fun of planned kids coming out on a Sunday. It's for all of us to know that this is a disease that kills over 30,000 people. This is a disease that many people have out there and they don't know that they have it. This is a disease which is largely manageable if it's got early, and it's a disease that we now know very well. Gone are the days when people are dying from things and they don't know what was killing them. So do not deny yourself an opportunity to be diagnosed well, to be treated well, and to be given proper information about cancer. Thank you so much, Doctor. It's been such an insightful conversation. And there you have it. We are having the 15th edition of the Rotary Cancer Run on the 30th of August, and the main venue is Kololo Independence Grounds. Please do get your vest, get your t-shirt. Let's unite together in the fight against cancer. Thank you so much for tuning into NBS Breakfast Meeting. My name is Tracy Icovitz, and until next time, God bless. Looking for a household cleaner that truly delivers? Meet Apo, the antibacterial cleaning powder for bathrooms and surfaces. Apo is formulated for 3-dimensional cleaning. It's a scouring agent that scrubs off dirt and stains, a germicide that kills 99.9% of household germs, and it works with water to wash everything away, leaving your bathrooms and ceramics hygienic and sparkling clean. Keep up hygiene standards without breaking the budget. Switch to Apo today. Apo is available at supermarkets and convenience stores countrywide.
In the heart of Kampala, arrival is pure ease, uncompromising warmth. Finally, a moment to breathe. Step into a sanctuary of quiet luxury where the world slows down and time is entirely yours. As the sun shifts, the city turns to gold. This is dining as it should be. Unforgettable. Night settles softly. This is peace above it all. A British hotel and apartments. Comfort, elegant, luxurious.
Uganda, are you ready? The biggest football stars on the planet are about to light up your screen. From June 11th to July 19th, 2026, history will be made at the FIFA World Cup 2026. Live from Mexico, Canada, and USA. Watch the world's biggest stars chase glory on football's grandest stage. Will Mbappe shine again? Can Messi defy time one more time? Will Africa finally break the jinx and shock the world? Can Jude Bellingham dominate the midfield, or will Haaland, the goal machine, explode into the world stage? Catch all 104 matches live, uninterrupted, only on Azam TV. Get your Azam TV decoder today for only 40,000 Uganda shillings, or 80,000 with a dish inclusive. Visit any authorized dealer countrywide or call 0312-308-900 today. Azam TV.
Entertainment for everybody.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Like a daily bando, like a daily bando, like a daily bando. Omuliro nguwulira muli mu mutima gukankana like drums. Kalakata, kalakata, endungu ya kusabula. We gonna do free on fire, free on fire, free on fire.
Kumulembe kuna abakozi bakyayambala ebintu ebyo bisambala bannannyini makolero zi kampuni abakozi mubafunire uniforms eziri ku mulembe okuva mu Jude Color Solutions banyirire bafulume mu material ne design ebiriko ate nga kuliko n'akabonero ka kampuni yo olwo business babantu mu maaso bagimanye tosubwa campaign eno omulamu akugamba nti stand out mu uniform yo ne Jude Color Solutions bali ku Prime Complex ku Johnson Street shop number C24 esimu noti 7772 4591 mwenda wamune ku www.judecolorsolutions.com.
The Ministry of Health informs the public to remain vigilant against Ebola virus disease. Symptoms include diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain, fever, and body weakness. If you or someone you know develops these symptoms, seek medical attention immediately. Protect yourself and others by avoiding handshakes and unnecessary physical contact, washing your hands regularly with soap and water, or using an alcohol-based sanitizer. Cleaning frequently touched surfaces and avoid direct contact with infected persons' body fluids like vomit, stool, sweat, and urine. To report a suspected Ebola case, send an SMS to 6767 and type alert, or call the toll-free number 0800 100 066. Report early, protect lives.
Tired of the limits? Tired of slow connections? It's time to break free. Introducing BCC Net from Blue Crane Communications. Choose the package that fits your life. BCC Lite, 20 Mbps. BCC Pro, 50 Mbps. Or BCC Extreme, 100 Mbps. For every need, every moment. Learning, conferencing, gaming, and so much more. Switch to BCC Net today. BCC Net, fast, reliable, and true unlimited internet. Blue Crane Communications is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
MBS. Always.
The oil and gas sector in Uganda is rapidly transitioning into the hands of the private sector, and while many businesses have already tapped into its potential, manufacturers are the real game changers. This shift has created a booming demand for high-quality steel products, opening doors for local manufacturers to thrive. One company at the forefront of this industrial revolution is Fabrication Systems Uganda Limited, a key player in supplying fabricated steel solutions to oil and gas companies, while also driving economic growth through employment, industrialization, and regional market expansion. Let's look at how it is shaping the industry on Made in Uganda. You are most welcome. I am Isabella Tugume. Uganda is at a turning point in its industrial growth, with the oil and gas sector driving an unprecedented demand for steel and aluminium products. A decade ago, the country heavily relied on imports to meet its infrastructural needs. Today, local manufacturers are rising to the occasion, producing essential steel and aluminium products. The oil and gas industry is a key driver of this demand. Infrastructural projects, and including pipelines, refineries, and drilling platforms, require high-quality steel and aluminium components. Additionally, other industries such as construction, transportation, and manufacturing are fueling the need for locally made metal products. One company taking full advantage of this opportunity is Fabrication Systems Uganda Limited, a growing leader in steel and aluminium fabrication. Located in Kampala's industrial park, the company is at the forefront of Uganda's metal fabrication industry, serving clients in oil and gas, construction, and engineering sectors. Steel and aluminium fabrication starts with sourcing raw materials.
We have our different departments in fabrication system. Our marketing team get the orders. From order, we give the requirement to our design team, and our design team do the designing, load calculation. They prepare the material BOQ, and we give to our procurement department. So our procurement department require the material from different sources. First priority, we look it into the local market. In case something is not available in the local market, we import from outside. Outside, we can say like from Kenya, Dubai, even China, India, we import according to the timeline or ability. So from there, we receive the material. After receiving material, we do our stock maintained by ERP system. It goes to the system, what material has been come and we store. From there we make the request shelf and then store team issue. From there production team pick the material and they start planning, material preparation, optimization, then cutting, and then from cutting we go to the fitting.
Steel is primarily derived from iron ore, which undergoes smelting in blast furnaces. Aluminium, on the other hand, is extracted from bauxite and refined into usable metal.
After fitting, we pass through the quality check. So whatever material has been fitted, it has to go through quality. So after quality confirmed, we transfer this material to our welding section. After welding section, we also give the instruction which kind of welding we required, which type of welding rod to be used, what is the thickness of welding to be maintained, is it required full welding or stitch welding. We give the instruction to our team so that they can move forward without any mistake. So from there they take for welding. After welding also we do the quality check, what is the parameter we have made, is it as per recommended or standard. If not, then we record the NCR. From NCR we do the rectify that mistake. After rectification we again do the we maintain the documentation. After we release for surface preparation and painting. So in surface preparation also we have category. Some of item it is depend on the client requirement. I can say some of them we just need a mechanical wire brush. Some of them needed short blasting. After blasting we do the primering like red oxide on gray primer and different category of paint. It is according to the client what is required. So after painting we take it to the dispatch yard, and from there also we make the PDI, pre-dispatch inspection report. In case if anything miss, we catch from there and we rectify before delivering to the client. And then after we plan and deliver to the client, when it goes to the client and site, we if it is our scope for erection and installation, we do the installation work there, and then we complete our work and hand over to the client.
Once the metal undergoes rolling, which involves passing it through heavy rollers to shape it into sheets, rods, or beams. This process ensures the metal reaches the required thickness and shape.
At moment, according to our structure,